Okay, unfortunately last night the board suffered catastrophic failure after running for about an hour. I've ran it for a lot longer before, but it got hot and the base separated from the top. When I built this 3 years ago, I just siliconed the top of the box to the base, and it got hot last night, and the silicone got hot and it separated this whole end, which allowed the propane to come out that end, which stopped the propane from coming out the holes. No big deal, no explosions, no big fire, just catastrophic failure on the way this thing is supposed to operate. This was version 2. My first version was way cooler, but it exploded due to a design failure and ignorance on my part. But you live and you learn. Shit happens. I will show you guys how the top is built right now. So it just has a 4-inch steel tube with a 4-inch 300 watt sub, mini sub. Yeah, I got nails in those holes to block off some of them. But there's 650 holes. I can't remember the size. I'll get the size here in a minute. Phase 3 of this board is going to have double the amount of holes that are half the size. That way it's a lot smoother burn and the flame is more reactive to the base. Now this tube is just an open tube. There's no check valve. There's nothing stopping the flames from going into it. It's just the flames come out where you light it from, because the fire should not be inside the board. If that happens, that's a bad deal and it'll cause an explosion, which is what happened on phase 1 of this project. So here you see my homemade propane delivery system. It is literally just a steel tube that has holes drilled in it, top and bottom all the way down, and it's centered in the board. If you look in there, the speaker is literally just siliconed in, and it looks like it might be getting warm, but that's to be expected. It is next to fire. But I have played well over 300 songs with that speaker, and it's still in good shape, but it looks like I should buy another one for backup, because that looks a little melty in the center. Oh well. So anyways, the frame of this board was literally just 2x4s that I painted with heat treat paint. This is the end that blew out last night. I will show you guys how I'm going to build phase 2.5. So I am going to remove all of the wood frame, clean up the edges of the base and the top, and use 2x2 stainless steel. So I will be taking the thickness of the board and cutting it in half. The holes that the board has right now are 3/32. The next phase of the board will have 1/16, which you can tell is a lot smaller. The new frame will be fully welded out of stainless steel tubing. I might put a spacer in there to keep the flames away from the speaker a little bit. Out here in my steel pile, here's the tube I'll be using. Stay tuned for version 2.5. Have a good day.